In many ways, the Toyota CHR is a confusing car. There's a bit of this, a bit of this, and even a bit of this. Really though, it's supposed to be a rival for something like this. What exactly is the CHR? Is it a cheeky coupe crossover? Is it a fuel-sipping hybrid? Is it a sporty hot hatch? Or is it a family SUV? Truth is, it's a little bit of everything. Question is it spinning too many plates, or is it a true multitasker? Let's find out. But before we do that, please take a moment to subscribe to the CarGurus UK YouTube channel. Remember to tap the bell icon too, that way you'll catch all of our latest videos. First of all, let's see how good it is at being a family SUV. Now, all these curves and creases do a very good job of tricking you into thinking that it's smaller than it is. In actual fact, it's about the same size as a Nissan Qashqai or Peugeot 3008. So let's see about the practical stuff. Well, despite the curving roofline, it's actually not bad at all. There's a low load lip, a wide opening, and 377 litres of space. That's about what you'd get in a normal family hatch, but a fair bit less than the 520 litres you'll have in a Peugeot 3008. At first glance, you may think this is a 3-door, but no, we have these cleverly concealed handles here and 4 doors, and they open nice and wide, so it's easy to get in. Once you're in, there's more room than you might think, and you can tuck your feet underneath the seat in front of you, so you won't be struggling for legroom or headroom unless you're well over 6 feet tall. I'm 5'4½", and I'm finding this rather spacious. Our only gripes are that thanks to the wide front seats and thick pillar here, visibility is not brilliant. Not all Toyotas have a premium feeling inside, but the CHR is better than most. If you're used to Audi or Volkswagen interiors, you probably won't be impressed, but it's better than a Ford or a Nissan, and it's up there with a Peugeot 3008. It looks good too, and the way the cabin is set up in layers makes it very easy to find your way around. We like the way the touchscreen is perched up high because it's easy to reach and read while you're on the move. It's less easy to use though. The layout of the menus and the screen itself are fiddly, and the sat-nav is a bit laggy. Talking of sat-nav, you get that on mid-range design models and above. And no matter which one you go for, you get automatic wipers, dual zone climate control, reversing camera, DAB radio, Apple CarPlay, and Android smartphone mirroring. This is the top spec GR Sport model, so you get a leather steering wheel with red trim, Toyota's GR Sport logo, and special upholstery for the sports seats with a woven centre strip in GR Sport colours. And very comfortable they are too. But what's the CHR like to drive? Remember at the start I said this car feels like part sporty hot hatch? Well, that's because it does this. The GR Sport gets a 2-litre 4-cylinder engine, and like all CHRs since 2019, it's a hybrid, so it also has an electric motor to help it along. In total, this car has 182 brake horsepower, and it's enough to get from 0 to 60 in 8.2 seconds. That's not crazy fast, but there's a real shove to the way that it delivers its power, and that is mainly thanks to the extra shove you get from the electric motor. There is also a 1.8 version with 120 brake horsepower, but that is not nearly quite as much fun. All CHRs have a CVT automatic gearbox, which can make the engine sound buzzy and does spoil your fun a bit, but you'll be able to forget that when you get to a twisty road, because the CHR is far more fun to drive than you'd think. It feels agile and well controlled, with body movements kept to a minimum, and that's not something you'd really say about any of its rivals. Don't go thinking that makes the CHR all stiff and uncomfortable though. This GR Sport, with its 19-inch alloy wheels and stiffer, lower suspension than other CHRs in the range, still manages to cope with potholes and uneven road surfaces rather well. And then CHRs fitted with smaller wheels and not that stiff suspension are even more comfortable still. We did say at the start that this car is part Prius in its attitude, so when you want to be a sensible hybrid driver, you can benefit from impressive fuel economy. This model should manage up to 54.3 miles per gallon according to official figures. The slower 1.8 is slightly better still, with official fuel economy of up to 57.7 miles per gallon on the entry-level Icon model with its smaller wheels. But given that it's so much more lethargic, we'd recommend going for the 2-litre model if you can stretch to it. Other elements of the driving experience are pretty good. The steering is nice and light, which is useful for parking, and there's safety equipment as well, including lane keep assist, automatic emergency braking, and on higher spec models there is cross traffic alert. One downside of that funky styling is rear visibility, which can make reverse parking awkward. Fortunately, the standard reversing camera is there to help you out. In the end, whether the CHR is for you depends on your priorities. If you're looking for an eye-catching SUV that is genuinely great fun to drive, then it should be top of your list. However, if interior space is more important to you, then the Seat Ateca and the new Nissan Qashqai both have more interior space. So it really depends on what is the most important thing for you. But what do you think? Should the CHR win a gold medal for looking good and being fun to drive, or do its compromises relegate it to being an also-ran? Let us know in the comments, and if you're considering buying a used Toyota CHR or indeed any car, head to cargurus.co.uk to find loads of great deals from top-rated dealers, including approved used examples.